Hello, Mark Donegan, self-healing practitioner and educator, ordained minister, aka Goldilocks. Neuroplasticity or brain plasticity is the ability of the neural networks in the brain to change through growth and reorganization. That new neural pathways develop to the point of death. What that means is how I relearned to walk with my leg after paralysis. I created new neural pathways because they're being created all the time. What somebody helped me do was connect them to my toes and my feet, taught me that process, that concept of neuroplasticity. I'm going to be preaching this for quite a while. It applies to all areas of life, being able to change your mindset, change your patterns, even if you think they're good. A good thing and too much is not a good thing anymore, especially in our thinking, our relationships, our emotions, our pain, whatever it is in our experience of life. And so I want to put out that I'm learning all of this from paralysis. I'm waiting for, excuse me, surgery to my low back to relieve the pressure on my legs, I should say. The surgeon doesn't have a lot of hope that this is going to work for me and that I'll need a fusion. I don't want a fusion at this point in life, but it is what it is. So I'm trying this other procedure first. So anyways, that's my low back. And so I have paralysis and I have to continually, daily use the new neural patterns by doing my movement, touching my toes, moving them all directions, trying to create those new neural pathways to keep my legs alive. I have the same process going on in my entire body, both arms. And I just didn't recognize that until recently, how much pain that I'm in and where it's coming from. And at times I have no pain. And that was distinct this morning, that I didn't have any feeling pretty much from the neck down. And I've had that before. It's not a very comfortable feeling at all. The body works autonomously, automatically, the breathing and the heart. It's an amazing thing that we have this body that creates these new neural pathways that can help us through injury, keep us alive even through extreme injury. Again, I've faced paralysis from the neck down before. I felt it today. And the only way, again, is believing, knowing the fact of neuroplasticity, that your brain is always creating new neural pathways. So I use that faith to keep everything moving. And I'm so dialing in. There's 560 something muscles in the body, 560. I'm trying to reach every single one of those every single day and keep them alive and reach more every single day. No one can do it. It's an unending task. It's just like you're climbing a mountain. You don't strain. You just climb. So, yeah, neuroplasticity is the base concept of everything that I do believe in. It keeps me moving. And I'm just absolute proof of that. And I just want to talk a little about the pain again, because I've reached a point in some places in my body I can't feel it, and that's the worst thing imaginable. But for me, I have all this damage in my neck. It's been fused at a lot of levels. It probably needs to be fused at a couple more. But it can't really move without cracking, popping, and grinding. And it needs to move. It needs to release that pressure. So there's the angst of the pain, and it's all wrapped up in my head. And I get to the point where I can't see. I have just the headaches get so bad I can't see, and you know, it comes right from the vertebrae in the neck. I have extreme uh, awareness again because I dial in every day and I'm trying to gently move and release the pressure on the vertebrae that are bone to, well, they're not totally bone to bone yet, but they're dang close. And that's, you know, that's what I hear moving and grinding. And doctors don't like it, but at the same time, they agree with me that it has to move. If it needs to move, just do it gently. So everything I do is about being gentle. And, you know, back to the neuroplasticity every day, no matter how well I think I've trained myself, I can still move in an easier way. And I spend hours every single day, meditation, movement, looking to move easier, breathe easier, using breath to pressurize my body and to pressurize my nerves and my muscles as I stretch rather than my muscles, if you understand what I'm saying. Just a breathing process. So the more time that I can spend doing it, the better off I am. Just that simple. And it would be the same for anyone. The more time that you meditate and move and be with your body, the better off you're going to be. And I met somebody recently, and I brought this up a few times, that told me I was too much into myself. Well, pal, if you were in my situation, you'd be into yourself too. And yeah, I would like to be able to see more of the world. That's what this being into myself is all about. The more I take care of myself, put into myself, the more I'm able to not be in so much pain that I can engage the world. That I, maybe won't have a headache because I've moved my neck and released that pressure easy enough. And again, today I woke up with that pressure. It was just flipping amazing how much pain my body was in until I was sitting here, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And then I went, wow, time to get on the floor and start working, Mark, and make things come back alive carefully, very, 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 very carefully. So, neuroplasticity, I'm going to be preaching it for a while here. You know, life is doing what it's doing. I am lined up for a surgery. I need it, I need my knee done. It's a whole nother story with my knee um, needing replacement, but having a a chance if I can, get enough capital money to pay for the shot to my knee. It may save it for many, many years from a replacement. So I got that going on that same side that I'm losing that I'm getting the back surgery for. And the back surgery again, they think that needs a fusion, and then at the same time, I've got them looking in my thoracic because it's being angry. And now that we're looking there, and I've got a new surgeon, we're using new types of surgeries. I may push to have them um, do surgery up here on my cervical on the last two vertebrae that I have that aren't fused to keep them, to take the pressure off the nerve simply. It's just questions that have to be asked at a neurosurgeon level of how those things go at certain ages. And, not many people get these types of surgeries, so there's not a lot of data on outcomes. And I generally don't pay attention to that because 9 times out of 10, the people that go into surgery don't do what I do. And they certainly don't have my experience with surgeries and how to prep for one and how to come out of one. So there's all that. And, I have no fear of death in any of this stuff because I've done this before and I understand that the living's the worst part. Death's the easy way out. So, and I ain't getting that ticket and I ain't asking for it. And it just ain't gonna happen. I've trained too dang hard for this. And I'm gonna keep on training right on through all these surgeries or whatever my life brings. Because, I don't see an end to this with a spine like I've got. I see maybe if I keep working for a couple of years here, like I have been for the last 2, 3 years, I can get to a stabilized point with all of these things and doctors. And I was there 5, 6 years ago. It just, I don't know, reached a certain age and everything started crumbling. So that's my goal, is just keep pushing and get stabilized and keep on my mission, preaching my neuroplasticity and health and healing. So peace out. Take care of yourself. Self-care all day, every day. Don't let people get in the way. But engage people and be friendly with them if you can. Sometimes they need kicking ass.